Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with your host, Nufftingz. I hate doing these videos. Seriously, I do them because they're fun, right? But one thing I've noticed is that I have to go back to Pokemon Go. I have to. Pokemon Go the community is so toxic. Like, you cannot not be a part of it before and then just move on and not see it for yourself. Like, after you're out of it, you're like, oh my gosh, this community is crazy. Something wrong. Because, like, okay, so a couple weeks ago, right? I haven't talked about it yet because I didn't want to, but a couple weeks ago, I was on Facebook, right? And as you know, I have another channel and I put videos on that channel. Now, if anyone knows anything about algorithms and all that, which I cannot believe how much people do not understand. When I was posting Pokemon Go content, do you know what was on my timeline? Pokemon Go content. It was all Pokemon Go stuff. Now that I've gotten out of that, it's not as much, but it's still there, right? The algorithm hasn't realized that I don't give two Fs about Pokemon Go, but it still pops up sometimes, right? Now that I'm doing, like, more of the hobbying thing, the Xbox 360 games, playing Xbox games, I'm getting more of those. Like, I'm getting a lot of that now. But anyways, plus Facebook's weird anyways. But there was this, people will complain all the time. And then what I notice is, and this was going on when I was playing. Someone will post up a photo and the community will just start dogging them. Like, we're talking taking a gigantic dookie on these people. Like, whoever, like, you could say anything and they would just start taking a massive dookie on you. And it's like, okay, I've been in a lot of video game communities and this is bad. Like, the community of Pokemon Go is so toxic, it's not even funny. And, like, that's just one example. So sometimes people will put something like they don't know anything about Dynamax, they don't know anything about this or that. And instead of people explaining it to them, they're just dogging them. Yo, man, stop playing, you're trash. Like, bro, hello, like, it's a game, bro. Like, who cares? Like, like, just tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just explain to them. If they don't understand after the first time, then you don't have to bother with them anymore. Now here's what makes this is the story now. So this person puts up that they got terminated, right? They got banned from the game, and apparently the rumor mill is saying that people are just getting banned for no reason and they don't know why. Now, some people had a brain and said they don't see any of the spoofing icons or anything, so they don't think they were spoofing. But you do get, out of 100 people, 90 to 95 are just dogging you, right? They're saying, "Oh, you're a cheater." Oh, and like they're just saying rude things to someone that might not even be cheating. Because the thing about the whole cheating thing, right? If you know anything about Pokemon Go, you know that there's a big Discord out there with a million spoofers that never get caught, right? I had someone show it to me and I was actually in it for a couple of minutes and I saw what they were doing and I left because I didn't care. But, recently I seen it and it's like, dude, I would love to get one of these actual, high-end spoofers and talk to them, ask them, like, what is it that you guys do? Like, because there's, like, we know spoofing, but there's some high-end, like, how Hollywood is, like, Holly Weird, like the high end people, the Illuminati, if you want to say it. Like, it's like there's an Illuminati of Pokemon Go players. Like, I'm being dead serious. It's the funniest thing in the world. It's a Pokemon game, but, like, there's some seriously high rollers that spoof, right? And we're talking, they don't get caught because they're high rollers. Niantic ain't saying nothing to them. Like, these guys never get banned. Like, if you see the Discord, it's wild. I don't have links to it, so don't ask me, because I do not remember what it was. This was months ago. I think this was like God January when someone put me on it, but I was like, nah, like I wasn't even like these are people that could get me my account back. That's how powerful they are. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want that. So whatever. Anywho, back to the story at hand. So this guy or this woman or whatever, this cat, this dog, whoever the hell it was, had said that they got terminated and they showed a screenshot, right? So of course you have people coming in there and saying, oh, you're a cheater, whatever, right? Okay. So I posted because this person is saying, what am I going to do? This has been my life for the last 10 years and whatever. And me being the person that I am, I just said, look, man, I commented, I said, yo, I'm sorry to see that your account got, terminated, but my account got terminated in December. And dude, I'm happy. Like I'm literally so happy to be out of the community. Like I've seen that they've done some cool things, and I've seen some of the streamers have quit and all that. And you know what? The game sucks, okay? And majority of people that play Pokemon Go, they're casual gamers. And look, people are gonna be like, "You're an ass, bro." Look, man, the truth is the truth, right? And this is my opinion, so take it as you want. But the truth is the truth, man. When you talk to real gamers, they're not playing Pokemon Go, which is why so many of them were so confused that I went into Pokemon Go, like, because I'm a real gamer. Like, they said to me, like, yo, like, now that I've, gotten in contact with people I used to run games with before, they're surprised. But they're not shocked that, I took over and was doing what I was doing because, dude, they could have took over too. And this is what I'm trying to say. Pokemon Go is not, unless you're PvP playing, whatever, but Pokemon Go is so like basic and so money grabbing that anyone with a wallet filled of money can do well in it, right? So, when people get terminated, I say what I said. I say, look, man, I was big in it. And I'm glad I'm not in it. Now I'm doing other things. Like you could say stuff like, now I'm collecting Xbox games. I'm playing Xbox. I'm going for that million gamer score. Like I have other goals now. Like my channel is just focused on that content now. There's not Pokemon to dilute it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was actually ruining my channel. Seriously, that's why I had to make another one. But even then, Pokemon Go's community is so one-sided. Like anyone that has any opinion that doesn't go with the mass majority of people, they don't like that. And look now, when I was playing, I kept saying that if you do the Dynamax stuff, right? Anything from like before 5-star, like let's call it 5 difficulty, you can use your moves, like your charge moves. People were just yelling at me, calling me a trash gamer, and yet now that's what people are saying. Yeah, if you're not doing the Gigantamax or the 5-star Dynamax, charge moves are better. That's what I was saying. But of course, I don't know nothing. And now look, I'm out of it and now they're all saying the same thing. It's like, okay, it took you that long to figure it out when I knew that from the first week I played it. Anywho, so going back to this thing with the person now. So I said, look, you'll be fine. Just do something else. Put your money into something else. Because I notice a lot of times these mobile gamers, they just need to put their money into something. Like it's like, yo, I gotta put, 10 grand in this game. Like there's games that I have played where people have spent like 3 grand a month on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll take all their money and put it into the game. They'll max out credit cards for a mobile game. And it's like, you know what? I'm not judging you. Do what you do. But, sometimes they just want to spend money. They come into the game. Like, those games have servers. So server 1 is the first server, right? So they get all the stuff at the beginning. You will see people in server 790 being stronger than people in server 1 because they're doing the catch-up thing and they're spending money to catch up. Okay, cool. Look, I don't care, bro. Spend the money you want to. If you want to spend it on strippers, that's your choice. If you want to spend it on anything else, video games are a better choice than anything else. But if you want to spend it on that, that's you, bro. I'm happy for you that you have the money. Like now, mind you, if you were to put some of that in my, in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? But look, that's you, and do what you do. But anyone that dogs it, like you'll see people be like, yo man, yo, you're trash, you put all this money in. Now, mind you, I was saying that about Pokemon Go players, but the thing was, it's because people were sitting there kissing their butt. Like, you would look at these people and they would act like, I'm not going to say their names. These big Pokemon Go players were like gods among men. Like, they were like the greatest thing on the planet. Like, these guys knew anything and everything they knew. Everything that they said came out of their mouth, and it was all valid information. When most of the times it wasn't. It was bull nonsense. It was bull jive. Like, it was garbage. Like, a lot of times they didn't know what the hell they were doing, but they would say it, and then the majority of people would be like, oh yeah, so-and-so said this. And then they wonder why they're getting smoked in the game, and they're like, why am I losing? And then you talk to someone like me who actually knows what they're doing, and they were like, oh my God, I didn't know. Why would they tell me that? Like, this was a conversation I had so many times, right? Because majority of people are going to like look online and Google anything, or if they don't play the mainline games, they don't know. Now, listen, I know I'm getting off topic because, I haven't talked like this in a while, so I got to get it all out, y'all. But listen, okay. So after I said this to this person, right, they never even responded to me. Some random starts talking smack. And I don't even remember what they said, to be completely honest with you. But it was like, let me think here. It was stuff like, like, what did they say? Oh my God, I can't remember. All I remember was the last thing they said. So they were talking smack about me, still commenting on it, right? Or something like that. But it was like, at the end, they were like, you left the game, but here you are. I'm like, okay, dude, am I in the game talking to you? No. Okay. So what you're trying to tell me is that since I get this stuff on my feed, that's my fault? Dude, it was I deleted the thing, but it was such a weird conversation because it was like, you're sitting here I'm telling somebody that it's all good, man. Play something else. Y'all are calling this person a cheater, a spoofer. You're telling them to go, hurt themselves. Like, you're telling them all types of raggedy stuff, man. Like, you're saying, like, we're talking, like, but how these people talk to people is ratchet as hell. Like, we're talking ratchet. You know what I'm saying? But yet, when I say, look, man, you're good, bro. Just move on to something else, do something else. Now I'm the bad person. And it's like, bro, what they said, it got me thinking. I'm like, yo, this community really is something else. Because, like, this person's trying to say, yo, you're here though, right? Commenting. And it's like, bro, just because my timeline pops up with something doesn't mean I'm playing the game. I get stuff on all types of games. Like, right now, I'm getting games like PlayStation stuff. I never played PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, all new games that pop up that I haven't even played yet are popping up on my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how the algorithm works, right? Whatever. But my point is, cause, look, I'm sorry that I don't remember specifics on what happened, because honestly, it was so brain dead. Who cares? Right? This person isn't changing how I think, is not changing my life at the end of the day. I'm only telling y'all to tell y'all. The Pokemon Go community is ghetto as hell. Right? And you can sit here and say, if you're ghetto, you're damn right I'm ghetto. You know what I'm saying? If I was sitting there playing that game for 3 years, expecting it to get better, I'm ghetto as hell, okay? I'm not going to sit here and deny it. I thought the game was going to do well. I thought Scopely was going to pull something out of their butt and make the game not be dookie. And yet, I'm still hearing the same old problems. I got people saying to me, yo, man, we need you to come back. No, I'm not coming back to nothing. I have people telling me to sue Niantic And I'm like, dude, I don't even care. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, look, me getting out of the game has been the best thing. Seriously, I'm happier. Do you know how miserable people are in this game? Pokemon Go brings out misery, bro. Who wants to play a game where you're miserable? You have a community of people that are ungrateful. You have a bunch of streamers and YouTubers that don't know anything, right? And then you have people defending them. Like, it's so bad. If you go on a Pokemon Go YouTuber, right, and you say anything derogatory, anything negative about what they're saying, you'll get a whole bunch of people just taking a massive dookie on you. Yes, this is all about dookie. Like, it's like, dude, what is wrong with y'all? Like, leave it alone. Like, why are you so defensive on people? Like, leave them alone. Like, if someone doesn't agree with them and they're vocal about it, who cares? Now, anyway, so when I had this thing on Facebook, right? So this dude said what he said. You're here, whatever. And then you had people sitting there liking it. And when I looked, because I decided to look, why is it every person that liked what he said, some elderly woman? I mean, serious. I'm not trying to dog women that elderly. I'm talking about like old white women. And I'm sitting there like, bro, why are you even liking anything on here? Like, I know Facebook is for the OGs and whatever, but when I saw that, I was like, bro, it wasn't even a young person. It was actually old, like grandmas. And I was like, dude, so grandma don't like what I'm saying, bro. Damn. Like, geez. But man, I can't get over, like, it makes me laugh. Like, right now I'm smiling because Pokemon Go is so bad. Okay, let's look at from my point of view. The game sucks. Straight up. The game sucks. Pokemon in general, it's good because of nostalgia. You cannot pay young people now, like young kids and stuff, to play this game. You might get one or two, but like, dude, the majority of kids are not playing Pokemon Go. They rather play Roblox, right? Okay. Or Fortnite. But the game is poop. It's buggy as all hell. It's all about cash grab now because Scopely came in there and said, we're getting our money back. And were you guys surprised? I'm surprised that people didn't think that was going to happen. Then you have all that, but you have all the other things too. Like, you have a toxic community. You have an ambassador program that still ain't got nobody to do it. Like, people are still having issues becoming ambassador. You have them just terminating for no reason without any information. Like, how do you terminate people? Like, no, I'm not even talking about myself. How do you terminate people that you think are doing something wrong in the game and don't tell them why? When they ask, they get AI messages, and you can't even respect the community enough to actually let them know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell people, look, you have like a human respond to say, look, you have been using spoofing technology, spoofing apps, and we caught you. Be like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me receipts on what I did wrong. Give me proof. Like, if they can axe you without any proof, that's wild. Like, I mean, they could probably do it on other stuff too, but come on, man. Like, you can't just be banning people and terminating people for no reason when you have a whole community of people that are cheating nonstop and y'all can't do nothing about it. Like, come on. Like, it's not that they can't do anything about it. They're not stopping those guys because those are the guys that keep their game afloat. See, that's what you don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not proper. Like, I don't understand why anybody would even pay attention to this and be like, yo, why am I playing this? Like, I don't know why I did it. I think it was more that I just wanted something different to do, and now I wish I didn't. Because, well, actually, no. I like playing Pokemon Go. I got to meet different people, I got to see a different world, and I got to see some toxic individuals. I got to see how negative that game has on people's mental psyche. Like, people's mental health goes down the drain playing Pokemon Go. That's bad. You know, a game where you're supposed to be out there having fun, socializing with the community. That's how it is. Come on. I mean, maybe you had good community stuff, whatever, and that's great. High five to you. But from what I'm seeing, from what I've seen in my city, which is a piece of crap anyways, the Pokemon, like, I mean, the city's great. The Pokemon Go community in my city, awful. Dog doo-doo. Like, we're talking, like, it's just a bunch of crazy people that have nothing better to do than to just start crap. I mean, you see it a lot of stuff, but people be like, yo, no, if you never take responsibility. Take responsibility for what? Like, for what? Like, for having an opinion and y'all don't like it, so you get mad? You know, like, okay, I just don't agree with everybody else. Like, I don't sit there like a hive mind and be like, oh, tell me more. Oh, like, no, like, I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. Like, I'm sitting there telling you guys the truth. Like, bro, if the community is toxic, the community is toxic, in my opinion. You don't like it, that's your business. Your opinion is different than mine. I'm not going to disrespect you. But if you start getting in my face and start talking nonsense, that's disrespect. So you're going to get it back. So I don't understand why you're sitting there like, no. Like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop, bro. Like, grown men in a game that can't play anything else and they're crying about a game. Like, that you're pressing buttons on a screen. Like, you're literally playing Candy Crush Pokemon. And yet you think you're a gamer. Like, this, the whole community will give all types of money to YouTubers that tell them the wrong information. And these YouTubers laugh and laugh at them. Like, oh yeah, you guys are clowns. Yeah, you pretty much are if you're putting money into people that don't know anything about the game and only know anything because they spend your money that you're giving them to play the game and suck at it, but only because they're able to do 1,000,000 raids that makes them good. Yeah, okay. Anywho, that was my little rant. I felt like talking about this, and look, if you go onto those forums for Pokemon Go, you know I'm right. If you've never seen it, that's good. I'm happy for you because you do not want to see it. But if you actually took 10 minutes to look, you would see that there's a lot of toxic individuals, man. And wow, like, we're talking like, why? Like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, just leave people alone. Help people get out of a situation. Don't dog them for being in the situation. Anyways, that was my video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.